Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for this opportunity. And in this occasion, we are from the third group. We will explain about opening opposition in debate. Our members group consists of Anisa Sri Rakhma, Muhammad Toriq, Nevita Nurhandayani, Athiya Fikrotun Nisa, Hilfi Sektyo Budiono, and also Abdullah Sahal.
What is debating? Debating is essentially a very simple activity about arguing the rights and wrongs of policies and ideas. However, like many other activities, it has developed over time its own specialist vocabulary of otherwise simple concepts. This is a comprehensive glossary of the most commonly used debating terms to help clarify what we do. What is British parliamentary debating? British parliamentary debating is a game, hobby sport, dealt as appropriate. They ask for teams of two people to argue about a topic which they have had 15 minutes to prepare for, in front of one or more judges who will decide who has won. Fundamentally, the difference between BP and many other kinds of debating is in the kinds of speeches given.
In British parliamentary debating, there are four sides, as the reader should know: opening government, opening opposition, closing government, and closing opposition. And also each team has two speakers, because of the style's origin in British parliamentary procedure. The two sides are called the government, more commonly called proposition in the United Kingdom, and opposition. The speakers are similarly titled. Number 1, opening government or first faction consists of Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. Number 2, opening opposition or second faction consists of leader of the opposition and deputy leader of the opposition. Number 3, closing government or third faction consists of member of government and government whip. Number 4, closing opposition or fourth faction consists of member of opposition and opposition whip.
British parliamentary debate format. Speaker, Prime Minister. First speaker for first proposition. Time is 7 minutes. Leader of opposition. First speaker for first opposition. Time is 7 minutes. Deputy Prime Minister. Second speaker for first proposition. Time is 7 minutes. Deputy Leader of Opposition. Second speaker for first opposition. Time is 7 minutes. Member of Government. First speaker for second proposition. Time is 7 minutes. Member of Opposition. First speaker for second opposition. Time is 7 minutes. Government Whip. Second speaker for second proposition. Time is 7 minutes. Opposition Whip. Second speaker for second opposition. Time is 7 minutes. What is opening opposition? The first team on the opposition side, responsible for presenting arguments against the motion and rebutting opening government. This position on the table has the duty to directly respond to the claims made by OG. That means that you have to engage not just with your idea of what the motion might be, but specifically with the case that is presented by the OG team. If they give a definition or mechanism that you did not expect but which is reasonable, that you are going to have to live with it.
What you can do in opening opposition is to give some idea about you want to instead of the motion. It might mean defining the status quo. It usually give a characterization of this it look like, or it might mean defining some plausible alternative to the motion. It has to be mutually exclusive with actually doing the motion. So, for example, if the motion is too heavy when private school, you can defend not banning them by removing to charitable status of private school that do not contribute significantly to other less advantaged schools. This allows you to not have to take on all of the bad things about the world as it stands, because motions are usually set with a problem in mind that they want to resolve, but to still have a good debate and take on a defensible position.
Role of speaker in debating. In this picture, you will see there is a picture in role of speaker in debating. There is government and also opposition. As you can see, each speaker has a name. The first speaker in opening government or OG is called the Prime Minister or PM. The second speaker is the Deputy Prime Minister or DPM. In opening opposition or OO, the first speaker is the Leader of Opposition or LO. The second speaker is the Deputy Leader of Opposition or DLO. In closing government, the first speaker is the Member of Government or MG, and second speaker is the Government Whip or GW. In closing opposition, you have the Member of Opposition or MO and Opposition Whip or OW.
The roles of opening oppositions. In the opening oppositions, it has two roles, namely the first one is Leader of the Oppositions. Leader oppositions can also be called opening oppositions team first speaker. The leader opposition's role is to establish the oppositions to the motion and or the proposition's case. The leader of the opposition satisfies his or her framing duties by clearly articulating the stance of the oppositions in the round. The leader of the oppositions then moves on to the constructive argumentation by critiquing the arguments made by the Prime Minister. Finally, the leader of the opposition should engage in constructive argumentation, during which he or she develops positive matter or arguments that demonstrate the falsity of the motion. And the second role is Deputy Leader of the Opposition. Deputy Leader oppositions can also be called opening oppositions team second speaker. As with the Deputy Prime Minister, the Deputy Leader oppositions must engage the material advance by the opening propositions team and support his or her teammates to advance the opening oppositions team position. The Deputy Leader of the opposition should balance their effort between their framing, the constructive and constructive duties. Okay, that's our presentation from the third group about the opening oppositions, and if there are still many mistakes in our presentation, we apologize profusely. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.